Welcome back to Mass Effect, guys. We're at the Citadel. We need to talk to the Council to try and convince them about Saren's kind of evil scheme, I guess, because we've not really got any evidence that he's betrayed the Council and the Spectres in general, and we're on kind of thin ice in terms of humans and the Council, right? Because we're relatively new, we're like the new guys in town. We're kind of advancing faster than most of them would like. So they're not exactly likely to believe us. But as we were walking around the Citadel, we've encountered some new races. These are non-council races. But there's lots of different races that have like an embassy here in the Citadel. So we met these two guys here who are Elcorian, I guess we can call them, who are Elcor, and this chap down here in this suit is a Volusian. I don't know, but they come from really interesting worlds with interesting kind of parameters. The Elcorians, I'm going to call them, or the Elcor. These two guys were saying how. Because they've got a very kind of dull, monotone voice, and they were saying that's not their primary mode of communication. They tend to communicate, did they say, through scent, through like body postures, and through their scent. So they're not really designed to talk verbally, to communicate verbally. Sorry. And we were talking to Din over here, the Volus, and he's got like a kind of suit on. I'm guessing that means they maybe live underground and they can't take the sunlight here, or they can't breathe here. They can't breathe oxygen or something. And he was saying how they were actually one of the first races to discover the Citadel alongside the Solarians and is it Ansari or Asari?
The Citadel, the Count.
It's Asari, Solarian. So I think that would mean they discovered this place before the Turians, but they weren't allowed to be like a founding member on the council, and he kind of holds a grudge for that. Holds a grudge because of that. We couldn't talk to this person over here, which was a shame because they look really interesting. We've got lots of other places to explore. What do you think of this, Caden? Thanks for your input. Right, so we did have a codex entry actually just on those races.
The Elcor.
So we've got the Elcor. So the Elcor are a Citadel species native to the high gravity world Dakuna. Okay, so that explains why they're so kind of big, muscular, why they are quadrupedal as well. Because of all that gravity, it seems. They are massive creatures standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has coloured their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and sub-vocalised infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dakuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, they're complex in ways that we're never really going to be able to fully understand or perceive. Interesting that just a simple fall can be lethal because of the gravity. Yeah, these guys are... I like these guys. Awesome. Right. The Volus. The Volus are a member species of the Citadel with their own embassy. But they are also a client race of the Turians. A client race? Oh, so they hire them for protection, I guess? Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. Oh, that's a shame. Irun, their homeworld, lies far beyond the normal life zone of its star. However, the world has a high-pressure greenhouse atmosphere that traps enough heat to support an ammonia-based biochemistry. As a result, the Volus must wear pressure suits and breathers when dealing with other species, as conventional nitrogen-oxygen-air mixtures are poisonous to them. And in the low-pressure atmospheres tolerable to most species, their flesh will actually split open. Volus culture is tribal, bartering lands and even people to gain status. This culture of exchange inclines them to economic pursuits. It was the Volus who authored the Unified Banking Act, and they continue to monitor and balance the Citadel economy. Okay, so, I mean, one thing I always noticed about Star Trek in particular was it does have a very Tolkien kind of esque base to the races, right? Or at least to the initial ones. You know, you've obviously got you've got men, and then elves would be. What's Spock's race again? Oh, Matt, how can you forget? The Spock's the Vulcans would be like the elves, right? Really pretentious, extremely intelligent, longer lifespans, etc. Klingons would be the orcs, and then I've forgotten what they're called. The ones that have a similar origin to the Vulcans, that would be more like dwarves, I guess. But I mean, yeah, this sounds very dwarf-like, doesn't it? Live underground, good with money, banking, that kind of thing, right? But it's a really nice twist on it.
The elk.
Not that I'm not saying it's unoriginal. I'm just trying to point out something I always thought about Star Trek as well. Okay, I think that's everything we've got in here. So.
Combat hards.
No.
Biotic. Humanity's first contact.
No, we did read that.
Humanity's first. The Systems Alliance isn't.
No, we're all good. We're all good. Right, so in terms of where to go, we're in this office here. I must say, I really didn't like the Alliance human ambassador guy, the representative. He just seemed really, really pretentious. Okay, so we started off in Udina's office, then we came here. So if we go back out here, that's where there's a point of interest. So that might be this person. Did he say it was an Asari who's compromised him in some way? Okay, we don't have to walk everywhere if there's no beautiful view to stare at. Okay, this one's locked. Got another new race. We've got a hologram, it looks like. Maybe that's like an information desk. Oh, hello. Are you who did I say I thought these were? So we've got Asari and Solarians. I think I thought that the blue people were I thought the Asari were the blue people, and they're the diplomats, right? Hello there.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
Have we met?
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
Okay, good to know. Where exactly are we?
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What is that?
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
That must be what the hologram is. Personal question.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Saphiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
Saphiria. Hey, you busy?
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
Fair enough. Right, thank you,
I
receptionist.
should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Okay, so we've got another codex entry. So what have you told me? Sometimes, if we're on like a mission or something and there's lots of action, I won't necessarily jump in to read the codex. But when we're in like a peaceful place like this, I'll read stuff as we pick it up. Okay, so we have picked up the Asari entry.
Asari were the first.
Be quiet, right? It bothers me that the races aren't capitalized. You know, just being a grammar Nazi. The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. Each Asari can attune her nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to unseemly and inaccurate rumours about Asari promiscuity. Oh. Okay. All-female race. Okay. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. 1,000? Wow. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors. Right. So that there was someone called the matriarch on board Saren's ship. And I can't tell if it was the lighting, but she kind of looked blue. She was definitely female. I can remember that much. And but she had a hat on, so I couldn't tell if she was necessarily Asari. There might be other races with blue skin, right? But she was called the matriarch, so that seems pretty referential to this, right? Maybe he's got someone from each race, except for the humans, obviously. Each of the council races, so maybe he's got a Solarian on board with his plan as well. Oh. Okay, so we've got an entry on the Presidium Ring. The ring is an enclosed loop of park-like space, serving as the connection point for the wards. The interior walls are lined with the embassies of influential species and private residences for the galaxy's elite. The Presidium is full of open-air restaurants, bars, and luxurious meeting areas. Gravity is about 1/3 Earth normal. A holographic sky is projected over the ceiling of the ring. Unlike the 24/7 bustle of the wards, the Presidium maintains a 20-hour day schedule, with a 6-hour night where lights are dimmed and the sky goes through a night cycle. Offices and residences are often open to the interior. It's not unusual for embassies to have no exterior wall at all. This doesn't cause a crime problem due to the heavy CSEC presence and ubiquitous monitoring devices on the Presidium. Thieves are quickly identified and apprehended. The ring is the location of the Citadel's spaceports. Being closer to the center of spin, there's less motion for a ship to match, and the reduced spin gravity makes handling cargo easier. Hundreds of ships pass through the Citadel every day, and every species with an embassy is granted a private dock. The tower at the center of the ring holds the administration of the Citadel Council. The tower rises over 1 kilometer from the ring, appearing to thrust forward parallel to the ward arms. As the tower is at the center of the spin axis, it experiences little centrifugal force. Gravity is maintained using mass effect fields at a 90-degree angle to the ring and wards. A consular dock can be found at the base of the tower. While normally used for diplomatic couriers and spectre business, the shuttles docked here can evacuate the council government in an emergency. Okay, so that gravity thing seems like something that could be manipulated or taken advantage of, right? Okay, so we've met an Asari.
Welcome to the Presidium.
And I'm guessing you're a Solarian. You must be a Solarian. That looks like it'd be a Solarian. The other guy had a hood up. Okay. We talk to either of you people? Okay, so if this is a Solarian, they've got like they might be quite athletic given the way their legs look, I guess. Quite agile. Maybe that's why they're good for intelligence and reconnaissance, perhaps.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Yes. Okay, let's just have one last look at the map. So this is our point of interest. We've got a few others. We'll just wander around, talk to people as we go. If we haven't got the plot exclamation mark yet, so should be all right.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium.
Yes.
My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
Okay, a virtual guide.
What does that mean?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
I mean, you know, stuff like that is the main reason why so many games opt for the memory loss protagonist, right? Because it's so difficult to craft such a vast world that has its own rules, its own history, its own jargon, right? And it's like so difficult to initiate the player into that without it being boring. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, without it just being like, oh, just go and read this, or we'll just talk to you, like, you know, because you could never do that in film. It's always a good idea to be moving while you're learning about the world or the circumstances. So you know, I don't mind asking stupid questions like this at the start of games, because it's so difficult to find a way of introducing the player to a really deep and complex world without asking these kind of questions that a commander of a ship, you know, of an important vessel would already know. Okay, thank you. Sounds interesting.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
Okay, good to know. They always meet in the tower. How ominous. Right, what about CSEC?
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC.
Of
but
course.
Individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
So I can't imagine that Saren is the only Turian who kind of has a hatred for humans, or maybe sees sees an opportunity to maybe seize power. So from the sounds of it, there's going to be some sort of device that has wiped out the Protheans that Saren is using the Geth to obtain, and he's going to use it on the humans, right? I guess that's my hunch. Okay, so we can go and talk to the Executor. Okay, good to know. The embassies.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were the Volus first, and why aren't they on the council?
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Yeah, this council, they're just like keeping all the power for themselves because the Volus blatantly deserved to have a seat on the council, but they conspired to keep them out. Why just an embassy?
Why weren't they made a council race?
Yeah.
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets.
Oh,
they also
right.
provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
Lesser species? Come off it. You just said all the things that they did for everybody, and they set up the whole banking economy as well. And you're calling them a lesser species?
That's pretty damn arrogant.
Exactly.
I apologize if my personality has offended you.
It has.
Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
So why was humanity opposed?
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy.
Fair enough.
The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
I mean, I don't know if she has independent thought, but what do you think?
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Okay, what do you know about specters?
Do you know anything about specters?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
So this really shouldn't be called a council, right? Because it doesn't sound like anyone's elected. It sounds like... I don't know what you'd call it. Because it's got like a monoconistic element to it. I don't know if the representatives of each race are elected by their own race. But the fact that they oversee and create laws that influence all these other races, it doesn't seem very democratic, does it? And what about the Citadel Council?
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion.
Krogan?
Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
Sounds a bit too good to be true.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment.
Fair enough.
My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Right. Thank you very much, Avina. I'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
So, the Turians' inclusion in the Citadel seems very strategic, right? They were perhaps threatened by this Krogan rebellion. I don't know if the Krogans are another species themselves, or if they're like a different branch of Turians, maybe? I don't know. Can't talk to any of these people. We've got some codex entries. Elevator to the CSEC Academy is located down the ramp to your left. The Alliance docking bay can be found there. Okay, so we've got like a little fast travel. Use Citadel Rapid Transit to travel quickly between major locations. As you explore the Citadel, more locations will become available. Wow, this place is huge! Okay, so she's just a general point of interest. So I think I'll head up to the Embassy Lounge and the CSEC headquarters first. No, that's not what I meant.
Sure is peaceful here.
Yeah, it is, Caden. I'm trying to remember the shortcut.
Big place.
Damn it! Oh, it's not C, is it? Okay, technology. So what? The hologram?
Biotics is the
No.
a virtual.
Okay, virtual intelligence, not artificial intelligence. Is that just kind of synonymous at this point? A virtual intelligence is an advanced form of user interface software. VIs use a variety of methods to simulate natural conversation, including an audio interface and an avatar personality to interact with. Although a VI can provide a convincing emulation of sentience, they are not self-aware, nor can they learn or take independent action. Keep wanting to call them sixes. VIs are used to operate systems on commercial and home computers. Minimal VI agents are also available. Agents are compact and specialized. Some serve as personal secretaries, filtering calls and scheduling meetings based on user-defined priorities. Others are advanced search engines, propagating themselves across the extranet to collate user-requested data. Extranet. Commercial VIs in a variety of stock personalities are available at any software retailer. Boutique firms and hobbyists also build unique VIs to personal specification. Although software emulation of living personalities is illegal, reconstructions of famous historical figures are common. Okay. This touches on a lot of stuff that's in Cyberpunk 2077 lore as well. From what I've read in the books. Obviously, I've not played it yet, but you get into really dangerous situations, don't you, with stuff like this. Okay, so let's turn around. We'll go to CSEC headquarters. We'll talk to anyone we see. Hopefully, we get to talk to a Solarian. We're obviously going to get to talk to a Turian if this is open. Certainly is. Okay. So I don't think this is anywhere in particular. These are just like separate diplomats. Who are you?
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Okay, a human diplomat, it seems. Picked up a codex entry. And another one. Can't talk to you. Can't talk to any of these guys yet. I really want to talk to these quadrupedal... I don't know what you call something with 4 arms and 4 legs. Hey there.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
Yes, you too, Alcor diplomat. Okay, so we picked up even more codex entries. Okay, Citadel and Galactic Government. The treaty... Citadel Conventions. Oh, this is new as well. So, these diplomatic talks occurred in the wake of the Krogan rebellions as a response to the destruction of the conflict and an attempt to distance the Council from the brutal Krogan warfare. The conventions regulate the use of weapons of mass destruction. A WMD causes environmental alteration to a world. A bomb that produces a large crater is not considered a WMD. A bomb that causes a nuclear winter is. Use of weapons of mass destruction is forbidden on garden worlds like Earth, with ecospheres that can readily support a population. If a habitable world is destroyed, it will not be replaced for millions of years. The conventions do not forbid the use of weapons of mass destruction on hostile worlds or in sealed space station environments. Many militaries continue to develop and maintain stockpiles. Interesting. Oh yeah, so I guess it definitely changes it, right? Like it says, because in a place where the kind of nuclear fallout wouldn't be important, right? Like in space or on a space station, or I just guess to an enemy world. So it just means that they become more of a viable option, right? The conventions graded weapons of mass destruction into tiers of concern. Tier 1 is the greatest threat to galactic peace. Tier 1, large kinetic impactors such as asteroid drops or deorbiting space stations, effectively free and available in any system in the form of debris left over from planetary accretion. Kinetic impactors are the weapon of choice for terrorists and third galaxy nations. Tier 2. Uncontrolled self-replicating weapons such as nanotechnology, viral or bacteriological organisms, von Neumann devices, and destructive computer viruses. These weapons can lie dormant for millennia, waiting for a careless visitor to carry them onto another world. That kind of sounds like what we just picked up from the Protheans, right? Tier 3, large enemy burst weapons such as nuclear or antimatter warheads. And Tier 4, alien species deliberately introduced to crowd out native forms necessary for the health of an ecosystem. Ecological tampering can take years to bear fruit, making it difficult to prove. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, fascinating here. Nanotechnology, viral. Yeah. Really interesting. I mean, this sounds a little bit more dangerous to me than the tier 1s, just because it... I don't know, I don't know, because like, I'm in my head I'm thinking of... like the Geth. I don't know if the Geth would be considered some kind of like self-replicating technology, right? Yeah, interesting. Okay. The Treaty of Pharaxon. Due to the destructive potential of dreadnoughts, the Council races agreed at the Pharaxon Naval Conference to fix a ratio of dreadnought construction between themselves. At the top of the pyramid is the peacekeeping Turian fleet. Below the Turians are the other Council races, currently are the Asari and Solarians. Council Associate races are at the bottom. The Human Systems Alliance is part of this last group. The ratio of Turian to Council to Associate Dreadnoughts is 5-3-1. For every Dreadnought humans are permitted to build, the Asari have 3 and the Turians 5. Yeah, we're kind of in a losing situation here. If, like, Saren gets some kind of, like, you know, if the Turians, if the wrong person gets in charge, right? They've just handed them control, essentially. Okay. Let's go and talk to someone from CSEC. So this is the CSEC guy, Executor Palin. Palin, was it? Hey there, Executor.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
No.
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression? Never mind, forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I like this guy. What can you tell me about CSEC?
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
He doesn't sound happy about that. Do you know anything about Spectres? Have you had any interactions with them?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
Interesting, interesting. So, you don't think that it's a good idea to have a force like them?
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law.
I like this guy.
Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
I mean, I guess you would need something like her Spectres as like a contingency, right? To like a rogue, you know, if someone got in charge of the government, who had nefarious plans, you'd likely need some sort of independent organization. It just seems a bit like that. Each individual Spectre has too much power, right? I guess that's the issue. Maybe that's a bit naive, though, Executor. You do need, like, a separate organization.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do.
Fair enough.
We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres, they'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
This isn't like... I don't think that this is... Renegade... I think they said Paladin, Paragon things here. I don't necessarily agree with this, but I'd like to prompt the conversation. I don't necessarily think that Spectres are important in their current iteration.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to
Yes.
a higher standard. They need to be accountable.
Yeah.
Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
No, it's not.
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
Yeah. He makes a great point, man. I like this guy. What's your personal attitude towards humans?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
I don't think we're favourites, to be honest, mate.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
What about the investigation?
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit
Okay.
of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
Fair enough. I was just asking. Right. Thank you, Executor.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
He's a good guy, man. Honest. We can trust him, I think. I'm just going to snoop around your office, mate. Don't mind me just hacking into your personal computer. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic. You have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come. Join us in the Hawking Eater cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. X-Men! This is what this is. This is Genosha in X-Men. God. We're going there. If we can. Alright. Journal entry. Hydra system. And find the commune. I don't think that's going to end well. Okay, Citadel and Galactic Government. And CSEC. Citadel Security is a volunteer volunteer police service answering to the Citadel Council. 200,000 constables of CSEC are responsible for maintaining public order in the densely populated Citadel. They also provide pirate suppression, customs enforcement, and search and rescue throughout the Citadel cluster. CSEC has 6 divisions: enforcement, uniformed officers who patrol the Citadel and respond to emergencies; investigation, detectives who puzzle out the truth behind crimes and bring perpetrators to justice; customs, screens and the thousands of passengers and cargo containers that pass through the Citadel's ports every day. Network deals with cybercrimes like identity and copyright theft, hacking and viral attacks, and illegal artificial intelligence. Special response deals with hostage situations, bombs, and heavily armed criminals. In the unlikely event that attackers board the Citadel, they are also the front line of defense, armed with military-grade equipment. Patrol, the naval arm, with ships stationed throughout the Citadel cluster. Unlike the other divisions, they are rarely seen at the Citadel, nor do they stay in one place for long. Joining CSEC is prestigious. Applications must be sponsored by a Citadel councillor or the ambassador of an associate council race. Generally, applicants have many years of distinguished service in the military or police forces of their nation, but an inexperienced applicant with demonstrable talent will be fairly considered. CSEC and the Spectres are often at odds. Many CSEC members, notably current executor Benari Palin, believe that allowing Spectres to be above the law is a dangerous practice. The actions of Saren Arterius lend credence to this position. The Spectres, in turn, are aggravated when CSEC's dedication to procedure and due process hampers their investigations. Yeah, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, right? Can't have all those laws create paperwork and bureaucracy, right? It keeps everyone honest. Whereas the Spectres have freedom, but it encourages corruption and criminal behaviour. Okay, so we've got a few people we can talk to in here. We've got some humans over here.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
Excuse me?
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
Shut up, Fredericks.
God, are you guys like 15 years old? I know it's just the lighting, but this guy looks like he's losing it in the roof. I think it's just the lighting on his hair.
What do you want?
Hey!
Oh, Commander.
Yeah.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah, show some respect.
Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What consort are you talking about?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Where is she?
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Ashley, it's a bit confrontational. I don't mind. Nasana and Asari. Hello there.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Sure you are.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Hello there, bartender.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
Yeah, sure.
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
Go for it.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
Sweet. What's Shaira's?
What is Shaira's?
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another.
Okay.
She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Interesting, so... You're someone who knows a lot of information. What about the entertainment?
Tell me about Flux and Cora's den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Okay, so Cora's Den, maybe a kind of slightly underhand place.
Goodbye.
Thanks for the information, dude. I
So long,
appreciate
Commander.
it.
Have a pleasant day.
You too. Man, I want to talk to these guys. They're all on computers. Hello.
I can't tell the aliens from
Oh, I
the
wish I hadn't
others.
asked you anything, Ashley. God. We're going to have to work on your bedside manner. Okay, no one else here. Oh, hello there. You look awfully comfortable. Diplomat.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
God, no wonder everyone hates us. Humans, all these aliens look like animals. I wish there were more humans around here, unless... Don't do that. Wish there were more humans around here, unless aliens. I wonder if they want that as in the council. Okay, let's go and have a little explore. Let's have a look at the map. Right, let's oh, no. Stop it, Matt. I just keep clicking the mouse, that's all. The Citadel Tower is the tall white structure far to your left across the plaza. It houses the council. It houses the council and is the heart of Citadel politics. Right. Okay, so could go check out the financial district, sure. And this place is a little overwhelmingly large. So this leads to the tower, so that's probably where we want to go last. So we'll head over this way and see what's over here. Go to some of these bars, some of these seedy places. See what's around here. What is this statue? Is that a Prothean? Wow, this place really idyllic, right? I'm not going to talk to Ashley again for a while. Not until we get back to the ship. Jeez.
That's nothing. I've had my office rearranged 5 times now.
5 times? Why? What do they want?
How should I know? It's not like keepers offer an explanation for what they're doing.
And yet, everyone just lets them go on doing whatever it is they do.
What choice do we have? If you try to stop them, they just shut down and another one replaces it.
Just strange that we know so little about them.
Not to mention frustrating.
She said keepers, right? Citadel Rapid Transit, no. Nelnya.
Welcome. I am Nelina.
Nelina.
I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today.
Okay.
Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Sure.
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
Who is the consort?
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people, and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
Okay. Sounds a bit like in the Matrix, right? Sounds a lot like... Why is my brain not working at all today? The Oracle, right? You must walk the path before you understand where you're going, right? Is she mystical?
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
Hey!
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit.
Okay.
I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
Sure. What about you?
What do you do here, Nalina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes.
Okay.
Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
Okay, how do you do that?
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities.
Okay.
Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
Sounds interesting.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Right. Wait. Where's the option for booking an appointment? You serious?
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
Doesn't look like it. I'll see you later, Nalina.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nalina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress.
Mistress. Interesting camera angle.
Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Sure, she's not going to tell us why.
Where do I go?
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Don't know if you guys can come with me. Hey there, guys.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
Get your head out of the gutter, Matt. Some of these, like she said, specialize in song, conversation. It's not necessarily that kind of place. Hello there, you're not an Asari.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Fair enough. You guys are gonna have to stay here. Maybe not. Shaira. Guys, just chill out. Ashley, don't say anything about other races or species, okay? Hello.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our citadel.
Okay, so what do you want from me? You invited me up here.
You wanted to speak with me?
I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Talk to me.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What exactly went wrong between the two of you?
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
Okay, I'm gonna do it, so sure.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to a sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful.
Okay.
Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for rubbing your face up against mine. It was emotional. Alright. Come on, guys. Let's go before Ashley says something to offend someone again. Alright, let's head downstairs. We'll check out the codex entry. It's a journal entry. Yeah, in the lower wards. Got you. So we've got a little side quest. No need codex entries. Okay.
I have to admit, I'm a little nervous.
That's understandable. Many are a little unsure what to expect their first time.
Okay. I am digging the way our Commander Shepard looks. Amanita looks spot on in the cutscenes, I think. Looks great. Okay, guys, we're going to have to end the episode there. We're touching the hour mark. So, I know a lot of reading, but I really enjoyed talking to the CSEC general guy. I've forgotten his name. But interesting that there's like a juxtaposition between the between CSEC and the Spectres. They kind of have like opposite principles. But both run into kind of roadblocks due to the kind of infrastructure of their agencies. We learned a bit more about the council races. We met some Asaris. Finally, we read about them. We haven't met any Solarians yet. We've seen some around. I'm guessing that these people, are Solarians. And we picked up a few side quests. So yeah, we'll leave the episode there. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me a like if you did. And just remember, everybody, never trust and uncrate. I'll see you back in the Citadel.